I'm going to show you how to add and subtract fractions with different denominators. So I want to add 3/5 to 2/3. Now we can't add fifths to thirds. We need to make the denominators the same. And to find the common denominator, we can just times 5 by 3. So that gives 15. So our common denominator is 15. Now if we have a look at the 5 and the 3 times table, 15 is the lowest multiple. It's the first number in their times tables. So now I'm going to look at the 5. How do I get from 5 to 15? I times by 3. I need to do the same to the top. 3 times 3 is 9. How do I get from 3 to 15? Times by 5. I need to do the same to the numerator. So that's going to be 10. Once the denominators are the same, you can just add the numerators. And this particular one cannot be cancelled. Moving on to the second one, I've got 3/4 plus a fifth. So to get the lowest common denominator, I can just do 4 times 5, which is 20. 20 is in both of their times tables. So I can get my 20 ready. And then I need to look at the denominators first. How do I get from 4 to 20? Times by 5. I need to times the top by 5 as well. Looking at the other side, how do I get from 5 to 20? Times by 4. So I can times the numerator by 4. So my new numerators are going to be 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 4 is 4. The denominators are now the same, so I can just add the numerators. And the denominator stays as 20. Make sure you don't end up adding the denominators, it's not out of 40. Okay, so let's do some subtractions. Subtractions are pretty much the same, but you just end up taking the numerators away. So I've got 6 and 4. Now to get the common denominator, I could times 6 times 4, which is 24, so that is a common multiple, but I want to find the lowest common multiple. So I've got 12 as the lowest common multiple. Now it's easier to use 12 because the calculations are going to be smaller and you won't need to do as much cancelling at the end. If you use 24, you'd have to do more cancelling right at the end. So it's always easier to use the lowest common multiple. To get from 6 to 12, you times by 2, so I need to do the same to the top. To get from 4 to 12, times by 3, I need to do the same to the top. So 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 3 is 9. I've got the denominators now are the same, so I can do 10 minus 9 is 1, and the denominator stays as 12. And this one can't be cancelled. And then finally, I've got 5/6 minus 2/3. So if I do 6 times 3, I'll get 18. I could use 18. I could even use 12 because 12 is a common multiple. But actually I'm going to use 6. 6 is going to make life easier. So how do I get from 6 to 6? Actually, I don't need to do anything to this. I could times it by 1, but actually, because it's already out of 6, I can just write that fraction. And then, how do I get from 3 to 6? Times by 2. So I need to times the numerator by 2. So that ends up being 4. Denominators are now the same, so I can do minus 4, which is 1 over 6. And that's my answer.